So, profit or revenue, which do you need more of? So, everybody wants to grow their business, right? They want more revenue, they want more profit, or they say they want these things, but do you really know what they are? So we're really going to define today what revenue and profit are so you know what direction you need to be headed in your business and what kind of programs or courses online you should be signing up for, because these are big buzzwords in the marketing world and I think people are using them incorrectly.
And is it possible, Abby, that the person putting on the course about revenue doesn't know what revenue is?
This is very possible.
So, Abby, tell me, what exactly is revenue?
Well, first I'm going to introduce ourselves.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
All right, so I'm Abby Johnson with Matterhorn Business Development. This is my father, Greg Winteregg. We are a family-owned business mentoring firm. And what qualifies us to talk to you about profit specifically? We are profit-first professionals. So one of the things we work with our clients specifically is their profitability. We're helping our clients grow their revenue, but we're also helping them grow their profit. So we see this all the time where business owners come to us and they say, I just need to make more money. I need more revenue. I need more revenue. But then when I get in their books and look around, I see where we can get more profit from the same amount of revenue. So first of all, what is revenue?
Yeah, that's really a great question because it's kind of like unknown. It's like mysterious. You talk to somebody about revenue and they're like, what does that mean? So let's keep this simple. Revenue is money that went into the bank.
Yeah. Gross sales.
Gross sales. And that's even a little odd because, well, the sales rep says, well, I sold this $10,000 deal. I got $5,000 down and $2,500 a month. So our revenue is $10,000. No, it's not. Your revenue is $5,000 from that sale because that's what went into the bank account. That's what went into the checkbook. That is your revenue. You can call it collections. You can call it income. Some companies call it gross income, like the gross amount of dollars that came in. But listen, money is money, and you can't spend money that's on a piece of paper and a promise to pay in the future. Mm-hmm. That is not your revenue. That is not your income. So for purposes of running your company, revenue is money that went into your checkbook. End of debate. So tell me, Abby, why don't you go to an online resource that's going to give us the definition of revenue?
So if you just Google revenue definition, this is from the Oxford Dictionary, all it says is income, especially when of a company or organization, that's not proper grammar, but that's what it says, and of a substantial nature.
Okay, so let's define substantial. So $100 of revenue isn't revenue because it's not substantial?
I mean, in their example, they're saying $10,000
is revenue.
But
then is $1,000 substantial? Not substantial?
The point is
stupid.
This is an awful definition and why you can't always trust the internet. But that is why we're here to tell you the actual definition, which is, for our purposes, we're going to talk about just cash in the bank.
Yep.
There are other ways you can go about this, as you know, an accountant might have a different definition. Joe down the road might have a different definition, but we're going to just talk about sales that was made and collected.
Well, and I think our definition makes you confront reality. Mm-hmm. So off camera, we're digging around and they're even saying the gross sales was the revenue, which you cannot spend gross sales. You cannot spend $10,000 if you only got paid $5,000. So the bottom line here, for our purposes, revenue is money that went into the bank account. And we're going to forget about all the other definitions because you can't operate with money that's not in the bank.
Yeah, and an example of this I see all the time in the online course space of people making courses is they're like, I had a 10K launch, which is great. I think you should celebrate when you kind of contracted $10,000. But they say in a way of, I made $10,000 in revenue. But we all know what can happen with people on payment plans. They drop out halfway, their card gets declined. Sometimes you might not actually see that full $10,000. So that's great if you did a $10,000 launch and you contracted that much money and you're expecting to receive $10,000 in the next year or whatever it may be. But also pay attention to how much cash, the actual revenue that you brought in during that launch.
Okay, so that's revenue. Now, Abby, what is profit?
So I'm going to go with profit in terms of accounting because that is the most standard definition. In the profit first methodology, we like to switch that around, but we'll get to that. So profit is all of your sales, your revenue, your cash in the bank, minus your expenses, and then what is left over. So if you have, let's say you're a product-based business and you sell t-shirts and you sell that t-shirt for $20 and it cost you $5 to manufacture and ship out or whatever. It cost you $5 for that shirt. You profited $15. So your revenue was $20, but your profit was $15.
Now, taking that scenario, out of the $15, you may have rent to pay, you may have a sales rep to pay, and so your actual profit wasn't the $15. You run the company with the $15, and it cost you $5 for every shirt, and now you end up with $10. That was your actual profit.
Right. You have an additional $5 in other expenses, software, whatever. So this is how you are taxed by the government, is on your profit and on your profitability. And the main reason I wanted to make this video is because I see so many programs online promising to make you more profit, or maybe not promising, but saying, well, you know, increase your profit, because it sounds good to say that, but their program actually has nothing to do with profit, and they're just using it as a buzzword. So that's why I wanted to really explain what it is. We have a program called Adventure to Profit, and in it, we are increasing your profits. We're increasing your revenue and increasing your profits. But I've seen ads for like a course all about branding, which is a great thing to do. Branding is important. But then it says increase your profits. You know, we're going to help you increase your profits with our branding course. But to me, they can't guarantee that. How do you know that you're going to teach someone these branding strategies and they're going to go blow all their money on their expenses and have no profit? They have no control over that. Whereas in our program, we actually are confronting and addressing directly the profitability of the business.
And so there's two ways to increase profit. That's one, increase revenue, which we now know is more money in the bank. And two, decrease expenses. So if you're buying your branding program and then you spend $30,000 on your branding campaign and it only brought you in $20,000 in revenue, you had a $10,000 loss. That did not increase your profit. So when somebody is saying they're going to help you with your profit, they have to be addressing one of two things or both: cranking up the revenue and decreasing expenses, which is what we do on Adventure to Profit with our clients.
Right. Now, one thing I want to ask you is, we've seen this a lot where people come to us and they say, I need more revenue, I need more sales. So what would you give advice to someone who's kind of wondering, you know, do I need to go out and make more sales, or do I need to confront my actual profitability and see if I'm overspending?
Well, in actuality, with our clients, we have them do both at the same time. It depends. Each situation is a little different. Which is the easiest to attack fastest? Which is the easiest to address fastest? So we have a client that has over $1 million in accounts receivable. That's money that's just sitting out there waiting to be brought in. All right, we are attacking that with a list, with letters, with emails, with calls. We're attacking that. That money has already been produced, all right? But then we have to look at overstaffing. and reassigning tasks to the staff, making them more efficient. We have somebody who should have been fired a year ago. Good. We have to fire them because they're costing us money. So what we do is we attack cranking up the revenue and cutting the expenses concurrently at the same time, which immediately leads to more profit.
And I actually have a whole video I made about cutting expenses, so we will link that down below. That's a great place to start in terms of taking a look at your profitability. So I hope that this cleared some things up for you, the difference between revenue and profit. If you want to learn more about how to increase your revenue and your profit in our Adventure to Profit program, click the link below, adventuretoprofit.com. All you have to do is fill out a very quick application so we can make sure that you're a good fit for us and we're a good fit for you. And then we'll give you all the details of the program. So I hope to see you inside Adventure to Profit. If not, just click subscribe. Make sure you aren't missing out on any of our new videos, and we will see you next time.